How to create a custom navigation bar using Angular and Angular material. If you need help creating an Angular web app and installing and configuring Angular material from scratch, check out the link up top or down below in the description to a video where I show you how to do that. Links to the resources and source code in today's video will be available down below in the description. Let's get started. Next, we'll navigate back to VS Code, and we want to go ahead and open the terminal back up. And here we want to create a brand new command prompt, close out of this PowerShell. And inside of our new command prompt, we'll again cd into the app folder. And we want to create a new component by running the command ng generate component, followed by whatever we want to name this. And in our case, we're going to call this our navbar component. And hit enter, and Angular will go ahead and create this brand new navbar component for us. And here within the app folder, you guys can see the navbar is set up and ready to go with all the necessary files. If we look at the navbar.html, we have this default paragraph element that says navbar works. But if we look back at our front end, you guys can see that nothing is displaying because we need to import this navbar into our app. So to do that, we'll go to the app.ts, and down here within imports, we can simply, with the help of VS Code, type out navbar, click this right here, and it will help us create this import line right here. And now that it's imported into our app, we can go to the app.html, and in Angular, to actually render our component, we need to start off with app dash and then followed by our component name here, and I can go ahead and hit enter. And now back on our front end, you guys can see the text navbar works, letting us know that we successfully created our component and imported it into our app and are now displaying it on our front end. Now, before we actually create any content, I want to go ahead and do a couple of things. So first, I want to navigate to the index.html, and down here at the bottom of the head, I want to import a custom Google font that I will be using today. And you guys can see right here, it's already bringing in by default, since we set up material, the Roboto font from Google. But in my case, I want to go ahead and use the Rubik Glitch font today. You guys can find this on Google Fonts, and I'll also leave a link to it down below in the description in case you guys want to use it. Next, I want to navigate to the public folder, and you guys can see we just have the favicon in here, the default one. What I want to do is go ahead and paste in the images that I'll be using in today's video right here. So if you guys have any images, they need to go inside of the public folder inside of your Angular app. Now that we're done importing our custom Google font and our images, what I want to do is open back up my browser, and I want to create a new tab here and navigate to Angular material, and it's going to be this first one here. This link will again be available down below in the description, and right here it'll say getting started. But in the previous video we already installed and configured Angular material, so we're going to go ahead and skip that step. Again, if you need help with this, check out the link to the previous video down below in the description. So for now, we'll navigate to components here, and we specifically want to navigate to the toolbar. So all the way here at the bottom of the components list, we can select the toolbar here. And the good thing about Angular material is that it gives us a bunch of examples of the components themselves. So we can kind of scroll through, see what we like and see what we want to use. In this case, there's only two different options for us right now. So for now, I'll go ahead and use this toolbar up here at the top. So we can see this example, but to actually use the code, we can navigate to where it says view code right here. And you guys can see we have HTML, TypeScript, and CSS. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and start off with the TypeScript here. So what we need to do is copy these three lines right here to import the matte icon module, matte button module, and the matte toolbar module. And just a quick reminder, we don't need to import the component again because we're already doing that in VS Code. So let's go ahead and navigate back to VS Code, go to the navbar.ts file, and we can go ahead and underneath this component import, paste in these three lines. Now within the imports array right here, we can go ahead and bring in the matte icon module, the matte button module, and the matte toolbar module. From here, we'll go back to material, navigate to CSS. We'll go ahead and copy this line of CSS. And don't worry, this is going to work in our navbar.scss file, or if you're using just normal CSS, it will work either way. So we'll go ahead and paste in this line, then navigate back to Angular Material one more time, go to HTML. We can go ahead and just copy this HTML code, then back inside of our navbar.html, we can get rid of this generic paragraph element and paste in the toolbar HTML here. And so now if we navigate back to our local host on our front end, you guys can see that the default toolbar that we brought in from Angular Material is successfully displaying. But obviously we don't want to just use this default content. We actually want to customize this. So at this point, I'll go ahead and move over my front end to the right and display VS Code on the left. And first we want to go ahead and get rid of all of this default content. So this button and span right here, we'll go ahead and delete it. And then below the span, we want to get rid of both of these buttons. You guys can kind of change everything around, but I personally find it easier just to delete what I don't want and then kind of just build everything back into this component here. So inside of our front end, you guys can see everything is gone, but our matte toolbar is still there. There's just no content inside of it yet. So what I'll do is go ahead and start off by creating some custom content. So I'll start off with an image here. And since we're using Angular, all we have to do to pull an image is just put a slash, because it's going to expect that all of our images are already inside of the public folder here, making it easy. So I'll just go ahead and put a slash, and then I'll go ahead and type out the name of the image, eel-fish-logo.jpg, and then I'll go ahead and say alternative text is logo for now. Now you guys can see in our front end that the image is successfully displaying, but it's not styled correctly. So today I am going to be using some custom SCSS, but just to save some time, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and paste it into my navbar.css here, and it will be available again down below in the description where you can view the source code and really take some time to look at it. So I'll go ahead and paste in this code already, and you guys can see I'm just adding a basic box shadow, adding the Rubik glitch font, changing the width and padding right of the image, and then I still have the example spacer class right here. Next, what I want to do is go back to Angular Material, go back to components, and we want to go ahead and use the button now. So I'll select this one, and down here you guys can see a whole bunch of different examples that Material provides us with. To actually use one of these buttons, all I need to do is view the code, and here in the HTML, I'll be using this basic button right here. So I can just copy this, go down here, and I'll switch back to my front end here so you guys can see it display, and just paste in that button, and now you guys can see it successfully displaying. And the reason we don't need to import the button module is because when we were setting up our toolbar, it already helped us import that. So if I go back to the navbar.ts, you guys can see that the matte button module is already being displayed. So if you guys have an error pop up, what you need to do is go ahead and import the TypeScript that you need to successfully display the button. And inside of this button, I want to get rid of the default text here, create an h2 element with the class of nav-title, and simply paste in the title. Next, I want to create two more buttons, so I'll go back here to Material, copy this basic button again, and just go ahead and paste it 2 times, but below this span here. And since we're using this span, you guys can see everything spaces correctly like so. So now I'll go ahead and change out this default text. I'll say home, and then the second button is going to be products. And after these 2 buttons, I want to actually bring in a different type of button. I want to bring in an icon button. So down here in Material, if we scroll down a little bit, you guys can see that we have our icon buttons down below. So I'll go ahead and copy just one of these, and then go ahead and below these two buttons that we just created, paste it in. But instead of this area label, I'm going to go ahead and remove this text and simply say cart. And then instead of this vertical dot icon right here, we actually want to use the shopping cart. So I can use the shopping cart icon by specifying shopping underscore cart. And now you guys can see that this is displaying. And again, we already have the icon module inside of our TypeScript file being imported, so that's why we're being able to use it. That's going to be it for our nav bar.